Hello everyone, it's Farket here. Now I did this video a very long time ago when I was really sick and my voice sounds like crap in it. I didn't think it was that interesting because it was just going over the glitches but then I thought, shit, why not? I did a video on it, I might as well release it. It was either release it or delete it. And I figured I put all the hard work in, why not? Anyway, here it is. Hello everyone, it's Farket here. This video is a bit different, but I'm going to be showing you inside the plane before the crash. If you got Mod API, you're able to go to camera mode and have a look around. So I decided to do that and see if there was anything of interest here. And as you can tell, the plane looks pretty messed up. It doesn't appear to be quite rendered properly. It's quite interesting that you look at this. It's not a full plane. The cockpit is missing and is joined together in the middle. Made me wonder where the middle section of the plane was, or where it went, because it's not in the game. There's no engines, there's no wings, nothing. I guess the wings fell off before it crash landed. But I've done the sea video and went under the sea and you can't find it. There's no engine parts and there's no wings or anything. Now there's a bit of debris lying around, though I think it's part of the crash sequence. When the plane starts crashing, all these parts start to fly around and to create the dramatic effect of a plane crashing. As you can see, the back end of the plane, it's all messed up as well. I guess it would take too long for them to render all this stuff to actually create the assets. So they've only got one plane. Any rendering that's done to it passes over onto the other plane, the one in the starting sequence. So it makes sense why they would do that. Hopefully they finish it eventually, and that way we get a full plane, and who knows? As far as I know, most planes store fuel in the wings, so maybe we could top up our fuel for our chainsaws or whatever they're gonna do in the future. All the paint is scraped off the back end of the plane on the wings. It seems that the back end of the plane has been rendered for the crash, so that would be the part. But the midsection where the plane connects to the wings and that's missing. They're going to be adding that eventually, I think. They would have to. It's got to be somewhere. Then again, there is a lot of broken pieces of our plane around the island. That could be parts of the wings. I don't know. The way it's joined up looks really bad. There's brand new shiny plane at the front and terrible one at the back. Occupational hazard, that one. Leaving the doors open while the plane's still running and flying. I like how they've joined it. It looks ridiculous. Now, here's an interesting part. The body of where you start is actually at the back of the plane. This is dead guy, basically. That's you in the game. It's funny that his hair looked blonde on the top with the way the light reflects off it. One thing that's interesting is the plane's actually moving, but it would be moving at about a meter a minute, if that. No, not even that. Like a foot a minute. So here's all the cups and the booze and that from when the plane triggers the explosion, when it crashes, all the stuff goes flying. There's a little bit of self-promotion they've put in the game. Might rotate the image around. Exclusive review and night. That's the name of the company that made the Forest. The 100 best stylus pens. How to turn on your iPad. The best guide and information you can find on simple iOS tasks. Oh, that's great. That is awesome. Wonder if you scan the barcode on that, what would come up? At the top of the magazine's missing. Touch, the iPhone games magazine. Plus the top 175 free games. Find out the top 50 best apps ever created for iPhone and iPad. They're testing limits there, putting the iPhone and iPad in there. An even better and more definitive and comprehensive list than the last issue. I wonder what's in the picture. It's too hard to tell. Anyway, apparently when they first made the game, they put a branding on the plane and they had to remove it eventually for copyright reasons. I think these magazines are lying around the game anyway. This guy's got no head. There's nothing in his folder, his binder. It looks like the multiplayer person. When you're a multiplayer, you start in this spot. and when you're crawling out, you lean over. That's a different movie. Fire Lane 5, 2015. A young couple works hard to buy and renovate their dream house and settle into an idyllic, isolated community. Unfortunately, their psychotic neighbors have other ideas based on terrifying true events. It sounds like The Forest, except you're not a young couple. What are the names? I think it's Annabelle Pine, Jack Lewis, and Candace Credence. Serial Killer State is the other movie, and Necklace. And that's the one that we start with. See all the debris just lying around? That goes flying when we crash. I found this a little bit disturbing. Timmy's eyes are all messed up here. I'm such a cruel bastard. Poor kid goes through hell. It's funny that the shirt you're wearing is already dirty. It's already covered in dirt. Unless he just didn't shower or wash his clothes before he went on the flight. Yeah, here's interesting. All the passengers, they're all freaking dead. They're moving, but their faces are all scarred and messed up. And they're all clones, or most of them are clones. There's a couple of unique ones. They're doing the same thing. They're in tandem. That's messed up. This guy's a little bit different. He's got his arms crossed, but his face is scarred to shit. Nice Hawaiian shirt, mate. Jeez. This guy looks messed up. You can't pick up any of the items in the plane. I've already checked. The only thing you can pick up is the book in front of you. Look at those eyes. Look at him. He looks like a mean bastard. It's all scars all over their arms too. That's flesh. It looks like bone sticking out. It's gross. It looks like the pilot, one of the pilots is here. And he's all messed up too. Look at his face. Yeah, it sounds like they've recycled assets. I've noticed this a lot with The Forest. I think it's because the team's quite small. For them to make other assets, to create more models and do all the drawing and all that, it will take them a long time. So they have to reuse to some extent. I noticed all the chairs are very close together as well. Yes, there's no cockpit. Plane just ends as it starts. Looks like they've duplicated the ends where the trolley carts and that go through. Yeah, I've also switched the time of day to daytime, because when you crash, it's actually at nighttime. But every time you wake up, you always wake up during the day. It's the exact same time every time. There's that book that was in Cave 1. Sam Soundy, the serial killer one. Yes, the chairs are very close together on the plane. Then again, it's quite realistic because in cattle class, it's economy class. It's not much room. It's one of Timmy's drawings. Here's what the plane looks like from the top. I thought I'd go out and find the land where the plane is heading. Now, I worked out from doing this stuff that your spawn location is indicated as soon as you start. So the plane starts at different areas around the island. So wherever the plane is, you can actually tell where you're going to spawn generally if you go out of the plane using F3, using the camera. I went and had a look around the island. There's nothing different. It's all the same stuff. There's no unique spawn or anything like that. The boat was glitched out. It's got those drawings of the artifact, obelisk, whatever it's called. Yeah, I went around to a few areas. Went to where the red paint is near the main cannibal village. Timmy's drawings are already up. As you can see, the cockpit is missing as well, though the items are still there, which is strange. There's the ending door. That's there, it's underwater, probably because I'm in the out of cave mode. But yeah, nothing really changes on the island. I did look a lot more than I'm showing you here, but I just didn't really find anything, so I didn't see the point in actually putting it up. So I ended up going back to the plane. I tried to spawn some cannibals and that, some enemies, but it didn't work. So yes, there's only 5, 6, 7, 8 passengers on the plane. Yeah, the passenger manifesto says differently. His fingers are all red like the cannibals. You know when you've been playing for a while, the cannibal's hands start going red. Always wondered what that is. I have no idea. I haven't tested it. He looks so happy. Managed to turn the daylight up. But there's nothing inside the engines. They're just big blocks. I really want to know where the engines landed. Now here I left the computer running for about an hour as I was recording, and I let the game run. Plane does get closer to the land, but I wonder if you let it go for a whole day, what would happen? The plane would probably go over the island eventually. But yes, he keeps getting further and further away. Anyway, I checked everywhere and I thought I'd trigger the response and see if I could watch the plane crash, but when you trigger the response, the camera gets shot out somewhere else. So it's a struggle to find out where the plane actually crashed. Managed to get a general glimpse of it. But yes, when the cutscene ends and then you start over, you can actually find the plane and go and see the events transpire. Yes, the camera shakes when the player shakes. You don't see the EMP or anything. It's quite interesting how far that EMP can actually reach. I've got the night light through Mod API set up real high on this. That's so I can see really far and really good in the nighttime. It's really helpful for the patrol route videos. Except as the sun goes down, that's when it's a problem. Because the night light relies on the moon to get light. Kind of wish that they would add things to the game that you could actually scrap parts off the plane. I'm no electrician or mechanic or engineer, so I don't know what you could actually take off it and use, but the metal plates would definitely be handy, I think. So yes, that's the plane before the crash. Be interesting to see if they ever update it, see what else that comes about from it. So anyway, that was the video. If you like it, leave a like. It's not usually my best work. I don't know. But yes, as always, if you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe. Cheers.